I have flown the 3,000 miles across the Atlantic from London to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and am staying at Dalhousie University's dorm building, Gerard House. Not the most inspiring building in Halifax, but I'm pleased to say some of the later buildings are much better. But Eeyore and I are settled in, and we have a fantastic view across the harbour. Each day I've been getting up and going for a walk along the boardwalk. This was the scene of the world's largest pre-atomic explosion in 1917. Over 2,000 people were killed and in excess of 9,000 injured. Nowadays it's a pleasant place for a stroll. The modern architecture fits in well here. And a stroll along the boardwalk from the casino at one end past the jetties the railway station and up to Point Pleasant Park is a lovely walk. Usually the early morning mists burn off quite quickly, but this morning they linger. And as I make my way along the boardwalk, out of the mist appears tall-masted ships. I love sailing ships, so this is a real bonus for me. Walking along looking at these cutters, yachts and brigantines from a bygone age is really quite fascinating. On my way back, I make my customary stop at the Wired Monk. This is a coffee shop next to a jazz club, named after Thelonious Monk, the jazz player. It's on the corner where Hollis meets Morris. Sounds like a film title to me. Anyway, I sit and have a cup of coffee and their chocolate and pecan pie, which is fit for heroes. And since I'm a hero, at least in my own head, I've been back here every day. Nearly all the houses round here, which are very nice, are made of timber. And I was interested to see the construction details. But as the day has worn on and the fog has burnt off, across in the distance I can see that the ferry Ortello has arrived, and with it my motorbike. So I have to go to the shipping office and get the paperwork, go down to the customs house and clear it, and then catch the ferry across to Dartmouth, and then go and collect the bike. Everything looks fine, but on the way back the bike overheats a bit, and I find an airlock in the cooling system, which is quickly fixed. So now, with panniers packed, gear stowed, I'm ready to set out on this grand adventure. The provisional route I've planned is to go up through Nova Scotia, and get a ferry across to Newfoundland, right up to the top there, then across to Labrador, a couple of 100 miles across the wilderness along a gravel track, then catch another ferry to Goose Bay, and then it's 600 miles of gravel track back to civilization on the St. Lawrence in Quebec province. From there through Quebec, Ontario, Manitoba, across the prairies of Saskatchewan, the lonely Northwest Territories, and finally to Whitehorse in the Yukon, where I want to go up to Inuvik, the world's most northerly town, and then all the way back through to British Columbia, through the Rockies, out into Alberta, and finally into the United States. Well, that's the plan anyway.